Right, here we go then with map number 2. Ancient, of course, saw, as you can see, they've got the little notch, so they're already a map up, moving into their opponent's map pick here, but they start off on that CT side, straight into the fight. Stododo has to find a little bit more here. There's a player in to support in the form of Mutiris. They're swinging out, trying to win the battles here, but it's really not happening, and I think they just lost another towards snipers as well. Mutiris gets some damage in, but goodness me, considering the investment of players, they really don't find very much there.
Almost World War One-esque, really, isn't it? Over the trenches. And the other aspect was, had a player flashing over from A as they took those duels, so everything was set up for Saw to come out on top. So many numbers in attendance and the utility, and can't find the shots, can't connect, and AGO come out on top when macro-wise, they're in the weaker position. So an important pistol round, and considering how the first map went, a strong start on the T side of Ancient would do them wonders, both mentally and in terms of more practically getting back into this series.
Well, we'll see here. 5-7 for Mutiris. Going to move through from connector, but nothing really coming. He sees nobody, so maybe they're not as prepared as they would like to be in towards B here. Arky, good for one on the Deagle. Just coming through, using all the chaos, but can't find the kill. Will be kicking himself. Not that it would make too much of a difference here, as most of the numbers are falling, but all the same. Roman now with the Deagle has an opportunity to lure in players. Finds one. Here's the player on his left. Not quite sure how far left. Oh, yes, that's the idea, Roman. He is there. Yep, he is there. Just not going for it. You know, he's low, so he doesn't want to spam. Fiku's low, so he doesn't want to spam. And actually, Fiku's patience will pay off there. It's a bit of damage. It's a fair chunk of damage, actually. But AGO, of course, getting number 2.
See what Saw choose to do. There is a case for a rebuy, but I don't think they're going to go for it. A couple of Deagles in the hands. 5-7 over on Just, but not investing too heavily. And for AGO, this time, keep it clean. 4 or 5 alive. That's what the doctor is ordering. See if they can pull it off.
Let's see, indeed. Very quiet start here. Here you go, not taking any chances, and, you know, they can be a bit funky on this Saw side sometimes. Oh, and here we go, everybody moving in, flash towards cave. Fiku has dodged it. Does he realize one's crossed? He does indeed. So we're all good here in terms of the info. Ollie coming in. Just going to take his time before he moves, but doesn't make a difference. 2 players ready for him. Ready for the Deagle as well. So that should do it, and I think they've read into the fact that there's a bit more of a stack here. Roman will be the first to cross alongside Mutiris if they so choose, but at the moment just looking for an isolated frag. Just nothing appearing is there, unfortunately. The man flash comes in, it nearly gets weird, but Mac 10 easy through the unarmed opponents. Late from B is Stododo, and he gets one. Only a UMP so far. Any more? Okay. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. Now he's happy. He's got himself an AK, as well as 3 kills and a lovely little highlight clip. They'll lose the round, but goodness gracious. Stododo still pretty warm here on map 2.
I mean, it seems like inconsequential, but to find 3 kills in a 1-on-5, 2 of them spectacular, isn't so bad. And I look forward to the frag movie where that's edited in to look like a round-winning play.
Yeah.
Where he's prevented them flanking B, found some nice frags. That would be just perfect. So link me that when it gets made. But in the here and now, Saw they're on the weapons. And of course on the C side of Ancient, they want to get the ball rolling here early. Need plenty of rounds to make it comfortable going into the second half. Is the smoke bugged?
Yeah, maybe on top of the molly.
Yeah, they call the molly on the wall or something.
Bit weird. Just with the nade here, though. Nice approach. Outside. Fiku very ready. Oh, they're close, but no cigar, as they say there, for just on the spam.
Where did that smoke come from?
Slant, maybe? Or maybe Stododo?
Interesting. I've never seen it before. Nice idea, I guess. But it's not going to make a lot of difference in terms of the numbers. They just walked straight through the smoke, took the map control. Pressuring towards Cave and Donut right now, but there's two in defense, and breaking these crossfires is completely impossible unless they make mistakes. And a lot of missed shots here from Saw as they fall by the wayside. AGO 5-on-2. Surely they can't throw this away.
Looked pretty chunky, didn't it, on that crossfire, but Muterius maybe jumping the gun a bit early. Too giddy. I don't know, maybe they feel like they're in a position where they need some information. Stododo. Think possibly with a tag? I don't think so. I don't think it's the right amount of damage. Either way, he goes down. And now just Arky. So AGO here on the T side, very quickly up to 4 this early on in the half. It's beautiful. It's really nice.
Keeping numbers alive as well. Be good for the bank accounts. Bit of a hunt as well from Axcho on the left side. Catches Arky out. No guns saved. No real argument for a reinvestment behind this, so at most a half buy. Maybe a hero M4 on just if he decides to do so, but AGO, let's not get ahead of ourselves because Nuke started pretty well as well. But looking good so far, and given the map bias, they're in a very, very strong position.
Pause through then. Perhaps, as I would imagine, the Iberian squad feeling the burn. And also maybe contemplating what to do with the money here, because they could really go for a desperate buy if they felt like it. Not going to be the case, though. I think the smarter decision, we did see them on Nuke make some less smart decisions with the T-side economy, but still does apply. Half buy it. It can be scary. Flash is, bloody perfect, but Muterius can't make it work. Yeah, it's a bit weird, isn't it? Some of the players here not looking as crisp as they were on map 1.
Serious, a re-smoke. Just is telling his teammate that nobody's crossed this catwalk B lane position, so nobody can be behind you. And Sora said, we're only on the pistols. Let's just load up B with numbers. Arky and Just here have decided we're going to push down the ramp for some fights. Fiku's on the right eye angle. Finds the first. The flash is pretty good, though. Gets the trade. But that's all the information now for AGO. As long as they accelerate behind this, A bomb site is wide open.
Yeah, you're in a position, aren't you? I think maybe once A drops, it's definitely not the most impossible to retake in the world. And they do have a couple players here relatively quickly, but maybe you want to hold on to this AK and some of the armor that you've invested into this one. Trying to spam away. Nothing coming. And he on that glass cannon deagle is going to stick around. The rest of the team probably looking to make their way out, and he will kind of join them and just deny kill bonus away. So AGO, again, no real sweat off their brow, make it to 5. And Saw looking to, well, put something pen to paper, so to speak, in this next round. Really, really struggling in these early rounds.
Yes, indeed. And it feels like these next maybe 1 to 2 gun rounds for Saw have really got to set the pace. 8 rounds is probably the minimum you can expect on the CT side of Ancient. And to even make that possible, they need to be pretty flawless from here on out. Stododo, AWP in hand. That'll be good to punish some of this AGO aggression as long as he puts it in the right place. As I'm saying, Saw need to adapt a lot here on the CT side. They can't afford too many more round losses.
Looking kind of problematic, isn't it, really? Very problematic indeed. Stododo going to take some early spam out on that orb. Oh, eats the nade. They have just demolished him in at snipers. You know, smoke in, and then I think a double nade, maybe? At the very least, the tag info was in. There was a nade that followed up after he died, I think. So they were very ready for that one. I'm going to try and get some aggression in out towards B. They've made it pretty deep in there. So the A push is maybe the only option. Mutiris holding the headshot angle. Got to find at least one. Maybe even two anymore. No, he gets two very quick ones, though, and that could make all the difference here. Roman is in quite fast. Good timing. Makes it across. And they are as yet to get in towards site. Player in at Donut. The waiting game is never wise on A, but maybe it is their only option. What a shot from Roman. And that turns the tide. The bomb has yet to cross. Leman very low. Roman gets a bit giddy, and it's Axjo with the patience, who's maybe made it work here. He will fall. Bomb down. Leman into the crosshair of Arky, who wins it out. Goodness me, what a round of ups and downs for both sides, but it's Saw that come away.
Feels like every kill was a headshot as well at the end. Players really finding some form, but yes, Stododo early on tries to get aggressive in front of the window smoke on the ledge. Got caught out in the open as the flashes rained over, and after being tagged heavily down, they knew exactly where to dump those nades. AGO, though, still doing a lot of damage. The money is low. If they can keep this clean and win another round, suddenly Saw back on the eco. So AGO are still poised to get a lot of rounds out of this T side. And we're looking at Saw and saying, you might have won that round, but for a lot of it, you're at a deficit. So they still need to work this out, still need to find some good openings, or AGO could rack up a lot of numbers.
Yes, the hard work is only just beginning. Just with a great flash is coming for one, spam down another as well. Brilliant stuff. Re-aggressing, finds Fiku. Any more for any more? I think he fancies his chances, doesn't he? Ollie coming in. Is there. But this time not landing. All the same, two-man advantage. On Ancient, 5-on-3 like this, you know, you really should not be losing this round.
Posted up his ultimate. Really hoping for Arky to overstep. And actually, it's Just that decides to fight out of Jaguar. He's going to go down. And despite the man advantage, this really feels on a knife edge, doesn't it? If Ultimate can just find a pick with this AWP, side defense could quickly crumble. Mutiris pushes in. That could have been a disaster, but he bails himself out with the mechanics. Two fast frags, and now this is impossible for Axjo.
Yeah, just them feeling a bit more confident to go for the move, really. No time. We'll save. Again, as we've mentioned before, you know, his money's fine, so it's not the end of the world here. But all the same, Saw finding two in a row, and two in a row very cleanly, especially that second one. Get that economy rolling, and it can swing so quick on this map, especially in the hands of a team like Saw that we've talked about being super momentum-based. Will just be an eco here for Ago as well. So should be a third for Saw. Need shutting down quickly. Can't allow them, I would say, when you've got a 5-0 lead, can't allow them to take the lead, to be honest. So we'll see here. Axjo sticking on him as he's got this AK. He's trying to make a move with it. Mutiris with a very dangerous angle, but it is somewhat workable. Seems like this smoke is coming out quite a bit, actually, Alan. Not just a, you know, one-round thing. It's cracked something a bit cheeky on the Saw side.
I've seen it bug out a few times, but maybe they've got a lineup that makes it more reliably catch on the wall on the molly. Who knows? They've really switched it up here with Stododo. Playing in towards Jaguar. Finds the first. He's actually going to jiggle back into the angle, but seeing the AK, that will alert him not to face again. And Checo here still hasn't been able to take a good duel. And ultimately, those early nades It's made it too difficult for him. 5 alive for Saw. This half is really leaning back into their control. Granted, a lot of work to do given the map bias, but Saw do have a chance here to get up to a good CT round haul.
So, molly in, and there is a smoke that follows up quickly, so I think they maybe are doing it on purpose. Materials will go down all the same. Massive damage, and a big find from Stododo through the smoke. Just as well, they've got the B. Nades out. Whoa, Roman. Gets a little lucky. Just has found 2 over on B at the same time, so we've got action all over the shop. You know, feel for the observer on catching everything, of course. Fiku, the only one left. He did get that trade, but it seems it cost him a fair chunk. And, yeah, Saw set up for another.
Endless action here as that was just playing over the terrorist smoke. I think they smoked on a molly in that B lane area, and he found a nice angle on that kind of the ledge bit here by the orange painted walls. The nice angle, and it netted him 2 fast frags, and Fiku just 22 HP, 1 bullet to do the job. He's going to fall. Saw up to 4. Another eco on the cards for AGO, as Saw are really quickly starting to stabilize, and their CT money as well is looking real good.
Real good. I think AGO know it. Oh, man, yeah, and they've seen this happen before, you know, twice over on Nuke, where they got dominated on the CT side, and they slipped away in that first half, and it feels like it's maybe happening a little bit here. Although, this time around, they're on the T side, so, you know, the sort of angle of, like, picking up rounds and looking good despite maybe losing out the half is still on their side. And, of course, you know, their map pick, you'd assume that they've got a lot of plans here. Yeah, so I think that 5 already is still quite good for me, I would say. And it would be really nice, as they know, to sort the game out, and full respect across to their opponents. They also could pull it off, so to speak, on the T side of things, but remain cool, and I think don't let your emotions get the better of you here if you're Ago.
Bit of a DC or restart of the computer, so hope it doesn't take all too long. We can get back underway. But for Saw, they have been looking better. We're finding a lot of opening picks, especially over towards B. So I question what AGO are going to change. This will be the eco, and most a few deagles, maybe some utility. But going into the later gun rounds, they have some different rounds to bring out. Maybe they don't fight for B early and load up numbers somewhere else. Maybe they go for some fast mid control. There's a lot of options here for AGO. And I think I'd like to see them move away from the heavy B defaults, because those have been shut down pretty comprehensively on the last few gun rounds.
Hopefully not too much more of a wait then, folks. As, well, there you are, indeed. Everyone's back in. The HUD will take a sec to update, but we're all good to go by the looks of things. Feeling and looking good here on the Saw side. Hoping to keep that going. Ago wanting to put some pressure on with this round, and need, I think, to win the next. So, a lot of work for this T end. Serious, our mid guy, loves a bit of aggression. Going for it again. B side, they love a bit of aggression as well. And get these smokes out and make life difficult for the Pistols.
Peeking out a Jag. Here is Just. There's some nades on towards Crims. What I like to call the cubby. On the left-hand side, it's going to flush him out. So, heavy B control now for Saw. Bomb, fortunately, is on the T side of the doors. So that can be recovered. But unless these deals can find heads, seems unlikely. They're going to be taking a great deal of map control.
Looking good. Mutiris, he's always fiending for a fight in towards middle. He gets a chance to strike and he looks good. Now just the two of them left, chilling outside B, as they have been pretty much the entire round, hoping Someone comes, give us a deagle headshot, at least an attempt at one, and they will start to move in. There's Fiku. Hits the deck. Arky is trying to bait them into him, of course. He's got lots of support around him, but they do not fancy it. 25 seconds, though. Kind of got to die. And I don't know where you go here. I'm going to opt for mid and hope for a fight. But this might get kind of weird because they don't have time to make it into a bomb site.
They shouldn't kill him. They should not kill him.
Yeah. Roman's got to wait here.
I did just have it.
Maybe, yeah, would have had time. That's fair. That's fair.
1 second later, though, and he leaves him to
running the risk
plant.
there on the Ego side for sure.
But this is what we're here for, isn't it? Saying the last few rounds that AGO have looked a lot more flat, got a lot of momentum off the pistol and some economic control. The Saw have really grinded this back, and AGO's defaults have looked a little flat on the last couple outings. So I hope they're going to change it up. They are actually going to send one player fast out for mid control. That's Laman. He crosses to the boxes, takes 53 damage for his trouble, but he's in behind. He's in behind and just had no idea. 5 on 4 and a lot of control here for AGO.
Pretty massive. They're also playing, you know, a lesser B setup. So if the rotations are not in place and good enough, it could get weird. Flash is totally ineffective. Just a no-no. You can see a world in which he hits those, but as they lose full B control without a single frag going their way, they will just save. So Ego, that rifle that they needed to get back in, to prove to themselves that they can still do it, you know, and shake it up a bit, make Saw worry, it comes through. And it comes through very nicely.
Really felt like the flash was going to do work, didn't it? But I wonder if it went behind the kind of the stepped bit on the right-hand side of the site. Maybe that's what happened. I'm not sure. Nevertheless, early mid control was good, and there was a huge communication lapse there because just had no idea a player could be up and onto the catwalk behind him. So a small error from Saw, but it cost them the round. And being the CT side of Ancient, they cannot let too many more mistakes slip in, or going into the second half, they're going to have a monstrous task ahead of them.
Gutierrez again with the mid control. Fairly consistent. Back to the 3 on B. Arky ready to strike. Flash comes around. He dodges it. Info in. Just meanwhile, still, as always, aggressive in cave, looking for an opportunity to get behind them. But I think that's what they were waiting for. They sort of faked the ramp push up and looked back to get ready for just. He didn't strike. He didn't bite. So here you go, back to the drawing board.
This round's a great example of two dynamics. The first is all your eggs in one basket on the T side. And on the CT side, they dumped all their nades into B for a fast take and didn't get the control. So we're left with both teams with almost no nades remaining. AGO have a couple of sets, fortunately, to think about this mid control. But they're not going to have a lot remaining after this one. They're actually going to smoke in towards Temple and fast rush into Donut. And the pressure on Roman right here is enormous. Gets the dink, but is swiftly taken down. So Dodo finds one and, oh no, a team kill. And now the offense is really stifled.
Yeah, bomb plant attempt coming in here. Don't know if they're going to get it. They do actually get the bomb down in all the chaos with that Q control. Both very low, though. Not going to happen. Dodo with another. Looking for the big round, but denied the 4K. Man, yeah, focused in too much, and Mutiris does well to keep his attention. So, Saw back on. It's actually going to cost them. As we always say, good to survive with 3 because you're making money. But they'll be happy to shut Ego down quickly.
Yeah, that's the trouble with A, isn't it? Even if you find the entries in Donut, you've got so much space to cover before you're really getting towards a bomb plant. And unfortunately for them, the rotates were all too fast. Do have cash in the bank. They can invest in again. CT money still looking good. So for AGO, They're already up to a good round haul. Everything beyond here is just the cherry on top. It's just an added bonus. Whereas Saw, I think they still need to keep finding rounds here. And the B aggression has been relentless. Just though, taking the flash at just the wrong time. 4 on 3. And Saw are still fighting B. They are just completely relentless on this side of the map.
Seems like Ego maybe want to end up here. Mutiris going in for more. Good God. They're ready. They're expectant. Yeah, the jump peak, beautiful. Double peak, not needed, because Ultimate takes him in the first swing. Nonetheless, 2 remain. Still on B. Going to stand their ground, and they do just about have money to do so. Smoke comes in. Stododo can't see anything, asking for a quick boost. Actually, no, it's Roman who wants the boost, and he could do some serious damage from up here. They're trying slowly to work their way around. Bomb plant in the open. Oh, he finds him. Low HP. That is risky. They maybe were not expecting them here. Another comes in for Roman. They can get away and get those reloads off. It would be big. Not going to happen now. Just Stododo, but no bomb plant. He's faked to jump away. Hoping for an open plan. Gets the tag. Found the arm. Finds the big player and pulls out the USP to clutch up. No way. No way do they get that done. A 4v2. They stood their ground. Goodness gracious me. Would Johnny Cash be proud? Bloody hell. 7th round in for Saw.
Huge moment.
It's Tom Petty.
Clutch. Huge clutch. If they lose that, sure they probably had money to buy up again, but AG up to 7. Potential for 8 or 9. Important round. Keep Saw in the lead. But they still need to find more. 9 is what we want to see. And they're loading up mid now in numbers. They can see that AGO is going to adjust. They've stopped fighting B. The Saw have made some changes here. As again, Laman is taking a lot of space on B, but he takes a lot of nade damage for his trouble.
Stododo, massive round in the previous, pretty big round before that as well. Looks like he's going to get some action here. Utility coming in, does push him away. Oh, and he re-peaks. Confident, as you would be after the past couple rounds that he's had. But maybe just needed to hold his ground a little bit better. Mutiris from Cube finds one. Damage onto another. Space for Roman to get in. Which is all a bit strange, isn't it? Axcho will peek out. The rush in from Just is only good for 1. However, Arky follows in his footsteps. Mutiris goes down from behind. Oh, shot missed by Ultimate, maybe? Either way, it's a 1 versus 1. Definitely doable here for Arky. Headshot lands, and another clutch goes the way of Saw. Ego will be so frustrated with these past couple rounds. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's been a total slugfest. And AGO will watch this demo back and say 10 rounds are on the cards. But as of the moment, they can make it up to 7. They have still got money. It's a good investment for AK. Just the 1 Galil, plenty of utility. Early mid nades going down, but no commitment behind it. And Mutiris here in towards logs. Will be able to tell his teammates, guys, I'm seeing nothing mid. Let's care towards the bomb sites. And you can see now, 2 towards A, 3 towards B. As AGO themselves taking a very passive stance. Tense stuff in the final round of the first half.
Yes, indeed. Mutiris out in the open. Flash comes through. Just trying to spam away. Always worried about something on this here Ego side. Conditioned them well. Have Saw. Mutiris off angle. Great peek. Completely dry, you know? Not afraid. And now we've got some support as Axcho's going to try and go for the trade. Mutiris, you know, even if he goes down there, the man advantage probably kept. Meanwhile, just as always in Jag, he's always around here somewhere. Oh, and he finds the perfect angle. The spacing not good enough, and that will be all she wrote. Beautiful final round and a great half in from Source. 6 might be enough, though. We'll find out after the break.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
So, same old kind of story, it feels like, Alan. A really strong start from Ago. Weak finish.
Reminiscent of Nuke, as you're pointing out. Difference is, T side of Ancients are a lot harder than the CT side of Nuke, so maybe we shouldn't read too much into it. But again, the mid pistols. It's been all about mid for both teams on the pistol rounds, and exactly the same story, Squiv. Saw throw 4 players into the mix with utility, and only find the one frag.
Yeah, Ego definitely the winner of the mid pistols for sure, both literally and not necessarily figuratively, but you know, really showing how it's done on both sides of the equation, which is not really the easiest thing, and started to creep back in as people have gotten, you know, more used to the meta and all that. Pistols have always been important. There was a bit of a time where maybe they were less important, and now they're back to being pretty important again. So, there you go with both of them. CT side as well in their second half should be able to find this map. That's what your experts would say. At the very least, it increases their chances exponentially. So we will see here. Saw going for the early rifles on the T side, though, Alan.
Important, though, to set the pace here for Saw. If you lose this round, or at least don't make it very competitive with a bomb plant, let AGO stabilize, then get the AWPs in play, they can build up some cash. You can't allow that to happen when you didn't have the best CT side in the world. Aggressively off catwalk. Mr. Dodo takes a little bit of damage, but this is a lot of good control here for Saw. All of B, they don't know it yet, but they've also kind of got mid control as well. And it's the CTs. Look how much they're moving around, Scrib. They're not sure where to be right now.
Very weird, very strange. And maybe they're not used to having to, you know, scrap so much. Sniper's smoke comes in. Mid presence from Saw being attempted. Not really finding anything as smoke's on every choke at the moment. See what the move is. Ultimate's very ready for a smoke push, but it's a lot of control to be across. Meanwhile, aggression down ramp. Successful. Man advantage. Leaves Cave vulnerable. Roman trying to find the timing here. Will just about. They can't win the fight on either side. It's Mutiris, the follow-up, that nearly gets it done, but now he's the only one left. 33 HP. And flanked out, not considering it. And there you go. Ago evening things up very quickly.
Could have fallen apart really quickly, though, for AGO. There's a player in towards Cave. Another duel being taken in CT. Both the B players were serious risk. Unfortunately for AGO, they did win the duels. Get themselves in the round. And given it's another eco from Saw, we should expect the round lead on the CT side of Ancient to soon be in the hands of AGO. Of course, picking up both pistols plays its part. But nevertheless, it's a strong position to be in. Just so long as I can hold off against these pistols.
The old classic two-man setup here in Cave. Love this. And it is going to be a bit annoying to come up against as well. Taking their time, slowly but surely working their way around. Surely not a chance for a single kill. So first one comes in for Ago. Looking good. Usually the hardest. Nade finishes off Stadogo. Should be all good here, one would expect from here on out. Now it kind of becomes a case of like, okay, rounds in our hands. Let's try and keep the cost of it down. So far, so good. Fiku might fall, or he might, you know, get a double spray down. That works too. Easy stuff. Taking the lead on the Ago side of things and looking pretty comfortable right here.
Yeah, if you factor in the economy, AGO are a long way ahead. A long way ahead here. And I'm not surprised to see some pauses coming out. Saw need to break out the best strats in the wheelhouse. What do they have up their sleeves? AWP on Stadodo. I wonder what that will be. Maybe he'll work a pick towards A. There's a nice boost you can go for. Or maybe it'll be towards the B side. The normal stuff, working up the ramp, boosting on the box. We'll see where Stadodo chooses to play. But this is such a huge round. Saw can't afford to let AGO get any further ahead. They have to slow down this runaway train.
Well, here we go. One of those do-or-die rounds early into the second half. We will see. A lot of damage taken by Ultimate on the cross there. Meanwhile, Nadage pretty good in towards the B ramp. Really good onto Just as he goes all the way down to 34 HP. Stadodo's quick towards Cave with an AWP. Even just the info face could be dangerous. Fiku's made his way down ramp, however. Furlan eats a lot of damage. No kills as yet. I think that was a tag from the AWP, actually. No kills as yet, but so much damage, so much control of areas traded here. They're going back towards ramp, though, for the control. Fiku, dangerous peek, but he gets it done for one, not quite the second. He's got some assistance from Laman in, though. They will get the trades out, but too little, too late. The bomb's down as well. Very low. Combined HP of 43. Big kill. Bomb recovered. Oh, and the CT's split. Ultimate's here quick, but he's going to be smoked off. They have to move quietly. They have to plant safely.
I think there's a gap on the left.
Oh! Even with the plan, Arky's just going to eat the bullet. The sacrifice. Stododo, another big clutch required. He's trying to make moves. He hears Ultimate coming. Ultimate holding for it. Head there. Ooh, shot's a bit early. He makes it around the corner. Are you kidding? Now what? Stododo's still looking to play aggressive. They're going to be a bit more together, and the info's in off that scope. Burst comes in. He's got no idea where Ultimate is. Just about creeps around the corner. Ultimate has indeed got a kit, and it's just not planted for Stododo. Not a chance. It comes close. He makes it costly. He makes him work for it, but they will get the round.
Might look a little silly from Stododo to not at least attempt to take him off the bomb, but with his HP and how likely a tap would have been, you couldn't peek in that scenario. So it was the right call, but clearly still gives the round away to AGO. Another pause comes in. A lot of economic damage onto AGO. So that's the good news. But Saw have to find rounds. And even then, probably 2 or 3 in a row to really break this cache. So close but no cigar. And they really need to sort out what's happening here on B. They're getting caught out far too much by this banana aggression. Down this aggression down ramp in the mid-round.
Certainly does look that way. Certainly does feel that way. Problematic. Very problematic indeed. But we'll see. Still time to turn it around. And that's what they're hoping for. Mid-aggression. Good control. 4 over on B. It's about to get bloody backs turned. They ain't got the mid-control, boys. And guess what? They're out mid and they're ready for you. Big 2K comes in for Just. Now, B-bomb site's not going to be quite as vulnerable as they would expect, but they're still in a really, really solid spot right now. Man, tag down a little. Furlan goes for the face. Instantly traded. They know where the man is at. Gets a bit dicey. His crosshair was in a pretty good spot for that second. All the same, going to be ultimate for the 1v3.
Going to show himself with the nades. Arky. Actually going to molly behind. Roman's going for a bit of a spam. Ultimate's just sitting behind this smoke, trying to generate any opportunity. And none can be found. Roman peeks out, finds the headshot. And I think it's AGO's turn to pause because they can buy here. Ultimate can drop a rifle over. Axo could buy himself. Maybe a FAMAS or very little utility, but look at the money remaining here, Squiv, and they're on 1-9 loss bonus. This is the most important round of the series so far. If Saw can win this, it can turn the tide so heavily. Early trade in mid, but the A rush is going into 0 players here. Perfect macro from Saw.
Really, really solid stuff. They're going to be in deep. You know, usually we say the same bomb site is relatively easy to retake, but they just have so much damn control. Now, there is a player in at Q. The AWP, funnily enough, which is maybe not really the weapon you'd want from there to, you know, spam through, maybe find some damage, maybe even deny the bomb plan. But with such control, you can go for that super open plan as they have. And it looks like they're going to stick around. Ooh, but a failed Molotov that puts them out of Cube could turn the tide. However, Fiku's committed. He's found the first. Not a lot of time. So this is really going to be a late one if they are to go for it. However, they're finding all the kills. Are you kidding? AGO pull it off with a couple seconds to spare. We just needed 1 or 2 kills from Saw, and they probably deny them away with the time, but not the case. They just get ruined.
Arky there. I'm not sure exactly what was going on. I guess after the failed molly, he thought he had a good chance, but you can't have players being caught out. And as we saw towards the end, if Arky's alive for 2 more seconds, that retake is impossible. Now, we still need to stay focused here because AGU do not have good money. Their loss bonus has dropped even lower now. Saw have a good buy because they planted. So this is really on a knife edge. If Saw can just win a single round, this is blown wide open. But it just seems getting these rounds over the line has been an absolute meat grinder and such a slogfest. And how many more openings can they get? That was a perfect round macro-wise, and they couldn't convert in the end.
Yeah, really, really difficult, I think, to accept. And getting frustrated, Fiku with an opener here as Arky just goes for a quick peek. Great flash over the top. Leman finding another as well as information. Just takes damage for that refrag. So, yeah, not looking good. And the touchdown made. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. 4-on-2. Double AWPs. Could make it a bit weird. Especially Mutiris here. The balls to go for this. Axjo somewhat aware and got his timings down. Got a minute left. Plenty of time for someone to make an unforced error.
Bit of B pressure as well. Just a small thing, but that was to 100% guarantee Fiku wasn't holding in towards the CT spawn, the deep window area. And now Mutiris makes his move. Such an off angle here. So hard to check, even on the right eye from Mutiris. And now Roman caught out in the open, getting spammed down. And this is where it becomes so hard from Saw. You had to keep up the relentless buys and the bomb plants. And now that AG have kept it clean, this could be all she wrote. It's going to be so difficult from here.
Pause coming through. I think they know it. Yeah. A pretty decent recovery into the first half, but this T side, it's missing something, isn't it? It really is. It's very funny how we've got pretty much the exact same story, but on opposite sides of the equation this time from map 1. So we'll see here. We will see. So this round needs to work. Then next, then probably the next to really start to convince us that they can claw their way back into this.
Full investment. No surprises there. I don't think you could relent in their position. The problem for Saw is, what do you call in these rounds? Because, yes, the mid fake into A on a macro level worked perfectly, but you couldn't win the round. You ran a lot of B defaults and lost a lot of those duels. And they've actually decided we need to hit B early. We can't mess about anymore with the defaults. Early trade, but there's still 2 in defense. Fast rotates over, and there's no nades here towards long. Players split up. Roman's found a gap. This is so hectic on the B bomb side, but ultimately 2-on-2, and Saw this their best chance for a long, long time.
Roman, not watching, not ready. Ultimate had got in way earlier than they expected. Arky going to be tagged, and Ultimate swaps out to the AK to finish him off. That fell apart quick, didn't it? 2v2. They just had no info and did not set up in post-plant very well at all. 14 in for Ago. And Saw will have another chance to buy back in, but they just cannot convert these rounds. So, you know, the gods of Counter-Strike giving them many an opportunity, and they are not using them well.
Even so, that call was desperation, wasn't it? It was. Slow rounds are not working. We're not winning out in these afterplants so often. We've got to up the pace here. And as you're mentioning, it did kind of work. Got a lot of space on B. Ultimately was a 2-on-2, but I think it really feels like the communication is waning for Saw. Another pause coming out. This is doable. It's still doable because you've kept that CT money in check. But they had to chain rounds together. They've only found a single round so far on the T side. albeit a lot of opportunities. What do they call in this position? They're not going to be loading up B again. I'd be very surprised if they did. 2 going there at the start. Cheetah smoke going down. They're just thinking about a bit of a default, but as we've seen, Scriv, these defaults have been really troublesome to make work.
Very true. Mutiris out mid. What else is new? Fiku down ramp. What else is new? Great contact flash over the top. Yeah, playing very well around it. The man has to back away. So they've got themselves the first pick in. And now comes the question, you know, a severe lack of utility. B feels like the only option to me.
All the eggs are in that basket right now. This is the problem with loading up one side early on is they don't have a choice. They don't have a choice. What can you do? Can you go back in towards A? At this point, it'd be a massive risk. And actually, they've kind of threaded the needle, made the only good call from this position, which was a heavy B fake. Use a lot of that utility you got on this side of the map. Arky even finds a frag to hold the rotates even longer. They're going to get over towards A. Actually, this could be a disaster. Look how fast Furlan is in behind. The bomb plant is in the open. Finds the first frag. Bomb just about to get planted, but just 1 on 3. How this round has crumbled. Disastrous for Saw.
Jumps a gun a bit early as well. Gives his position away. And just can't get it done. You know, the frustration is really showing. Composure not there for Saw. And another great round slips away. Yeah, you certainly have to say, you know, Ago have played well. Saw not making this easy on themselves, though. And, you know, at the end of the day, they're not really in a deserving position of winning. To put it kind of lightly, to put it kind of nicely, they have dropped the ball a lot.
T-side hasn't been good enough. It hasn't been good enough. Granted, Ancient is the hardest map in the pool to put off a good T-side. And every flaw right now from Saw is being exploited. The smallest of mistakes is costing them rounds. Mutiris, going back to what he was doing earlier on and poking over towards mid. Trade comes in, but again the A-bomb side is open. It's almost a mirror match to what we saw, I think it was the first gun round. But this time they have to convert this after bomb. They can't keep losing these good positions.
Well, we'll see. Fiku with the first. The Dodo getting aggressive. Off angle from Axcho. Roman will trade him. 3 on 2. Kits, bit of utility. No pressure here for Ago. Should be all good. Ultimate ready for Roman. And Leman ready for just that. Will be that. And that is an incredibly clean CT side. We will, of course, be going to Vertigo as a third. Goodness me, going to need a moment or two to digest that one, as I'm sure both teams do. So, we'll see you after the break.